Hi everybody, it's Dr. Jones. I wanted to post a quick video, just a quick entry for you, and welcome you to MIT 885. I'm really excited for you. I know this is kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, which is really, really nice. I have sent an email to you about a week ago, just kind of outlining what to expect and kind of ease your mind a little bit. I'm going to accompany this link, obviously, with an email to fill you in a little bit more. It contains the link to our syllabus, which you should read in full and maybe reread. Secondarily, there is a link to some things I need you to take care of: file the intent to graduate, make your folder for MIT 885, and I'm also going to ask you to go into the community, make an intro video. And lastly, I have a Google Sheet that everyone has access to, and you're going to go into that Google Sheet and you're going to fill out some basic information. So we can start a peer review process. And that peer review process will involve you going out and finding your own peers from this class. In the past, I've always just said one person internally and then one person externally. So an external person could be a teacher down the hall, a friend that you work with, somebody that would be a good person to give you quality feedback. And they would provide a different set of eyes than necessarily a classmate. And so I want you to go in and do that. And then once you have the link to your Google site next week, you'll go in and add that into that Google Sheet. But it will be up to you to go out and set up find those peers that you want to work with. Again, you can get a group of peers, 2 or 3 people want to work together to kind of push each other along. The one thing that reflectively students tell me it drives them a little bit nuts is there's not a hard and fast deadline for stuff. In the syllabus, there is a guide, there's a checklist, and then there's also a guide of what you should be aiming to accomplish each week. But it is not a hard and fast guide. I would say knock out something each week and set up a plan. Set up some boundaries and set up some work time, or you're going to be scurrying at the very end, and the quality of your work tends to not be as good and as reflective as and insightful. And then I don't get to get in and give you feedback, and your peers don't get to give you feedback when you're not posting regularly. And then make sure you're also posting all your work, not only storing it in that Google folder for 885, but make sure also posting all of your work in the Google community under a category. And then you can start dropping stuff in your Google site the minute you have access to it. You do not have to have documents perfect. They do not need to be solidified. This is a process of you creating something and thinking through it, me adding feedback, your peers adding feedback. So nothing needs to be concrete on that site. You do not need to publish the site. You're just actively working inside the Google site. And then we will all have links to that because you're going to fill out the Google Sheet that we're all going to share. If you have questions, please post those in the Google community that we're all sharing. And lastly, I just want to add a little caveat. I know we're all in transition, and each week is something different for all of us. It doesn't matter what state you live in, what district you live in. We're just living in a time of just kind of just not knowing what's going on every week. And so I want to ease your mind that we're going to be very flexible. If you have access to a classroom or just a few students, or if you have access to your coworkers, you can do a remote training. You can do students over a remote learning setting, anything like that, even if you're not in person. It does need to be a live training. I do need to know that there are people present, and I need to know that you're present. So it is you basically recording yourself in 3 training sessions, and those sessions can either be you teaching a content with technology, integrating something, or maybe you're talking to your students how to use a tool, or maybe they currently know how to use a tool, but you're adding on to that. Maybe it's something you're helping your coworkers with, and you're saying, hey, I know we use this tool, but here's something I've discovered and I want to share it with you. And it does not need to be a giant whole group setting. You could be working with 2 or 3 of your coworkers and recording that, showing that to them, and then having a little Q&A. I'm looking for sessions that are running basically 15 to 30 minutes that you will record and you will post as training. The presentations that will be accompanying this or could accompany this would be like a Google slide that you use to teach it. They do not have to go together. The presentations and the training don't have to go together. It's just a really nice way to kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. But again, your trainings can be different than your presentations that you're going to put in as evidence in that part or in your your e-portfolio. So I just want to put that out there. Another thing is, please do not reuse a bunch of old stuff from previous courses. There is a place inside your portfolio for extra that you'd maybe want to share from previous courses as evidence that you've done or that you want to share. But your presentation should be something new that you're creating. I want to see a variety of presentations, so I don't really want to see all Google Slides. I'd love to see a variety of even a Powtoon that maybe is a primer for a training, 2-3 minutes that gets people to thinking about your topic. It could be something like that. So this should be new and original stuff that you actually create. Those 3 trainings, the 3 presentations. And as you get into Google Site, you'll see all the directions. Every page has instructions for what's expected. And then I set the tone for, please remember, we're not looking for perfection, and we're all here to learn and help each other. And I always learn along the way too, and that's the beauty of this class. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that you all have a good first week. And again, if you have any questions, put them in the Google community and make sure you tag me, and then I can let everyone know and respond accordingly, because everyone usually has the same questions or need for clarification. So have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.